to Kel's Place. It's me, Kel. How's everyone doing today? I am back with a new video, you guys. Sorry it took me a couple days. I had to do a lot more editing. I've been trying to fix my channel. Everything is pretty much completo. I am done. The only thing I want to work on my channel is my banner, but YouTube sucks because, well, they don't suck, but they suck because they don't accept my banner, and it's frustrating because I made like multiple banners, I sized them differently, and it still doesn't work. So if there's any YouTubers out there who see this, how do you get your banner to work? Because mine doesn't work. But anyways, you guys, other than that, everything's complete. I have made everything perfect in my channel. I have made an intro. I hope you like the intro. That's just kind of like a temporary intro. I do want to make a really good intro by the time summertime or springtime comes around, and I'm going to make it even way better. This is just kind of a temporary one, just to kind of get my editing skills into place. I didn't think it came out that bad. I think it actually came out pretty cool. I'll get better and better as each day goes by with my editing. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy my new and improved channel, and I'm back with another video, and this video is going to be pretty crazy, pretty insane. It's all going to be about like the safety of online dating and how I was stalked for months by a guy because of online dating, which could make it very, very dangerous. Anyways, you guys, so I'm just going to set this camera right over here, and then we're going to start talking about what happened. So I'm just going to get my phone, and I'll put you guys right over there. Ready? So, I'm sure many of you are curious to know what it's like to do online dating. First rule, be very, very safe. I cannot tell you over and over again how safe you need to be when you're online dating. I have read the horror stories, I have read the news, I have read the articles. Online dating can get pretty serious, and it can be very, very dangerous to most people, men and women, because you really don't know who you're dating, you know, or you're meeting online. You don't know if they're real, you know, if they're catfishing you, and if they aren't catfishing you and they are real, how safe are they? You know, like, are you going to allow someone to pick you up on the first date and you've never even met them? Like, they come to your house on the first date, you've never met them, you've only talked to them on the phone, and you're going to let them pick you up at your house. Okay, that's a no. You don't want to do that. Personally, I have done that multiple times, and even though I have come out safe in every situation, that doesn't mean that there was always another possibility where something else could have happened. So definitely don't let this guy or girl pick you up on the first date. Always meet somewhere for the first few days. Always meet in a very public place, a restaurant, movie theater, a park, a museum, anything. Just meet in public. Take your own car. And if you don't have a car, have your friend drive you. Think of any way possible to stay safe. You know, your safety is the most important. Online dating is totally cool. I totally accept it. My friends have met on there, and they've gotten married, multiple friends of mine, from meeting online. So I think it works. I just think you need to be safe, and I think you need to just start talking to the right people. Anyways, you guys, before I get my little story started on this whole online stalking thing, I'm going to read you a couple examples that how hard it is to online date, because you get these weirdos, like, oh my god, I can't tell you enough how weird people can be. I'm just gonna read you two. So this is an online dating site that I've been using for a while, and I've been on and off with the online dating, by the way. I've met some boyfriends on there, never worked out, blah, blah, blah. But I'm back on it because, again, for my last video, I am trying to meet new people since my breakup. I think meeting new people is a great idea. Not necessarily date them, but make new friends, go out, have coffee, go to movies, go out to eat. Any way to expose myself to meeting new friends. I think that's totally fine. And that's what I'm using mostly online dating for, guys and girls. It doesn't even matter to me. But anyways, you guys, so let me start with this one. I didn't even respond to this. That's how bad it was. So this guy says this, again, I didn't respond, and I crossed out his name and everything and his picture. He said, hey, so let me make you squirt in my car, babe. Literally, that's what it says. I'm not kidding. I'm going to show you how bad. So I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm very bad at focusing. I hope you can see it. But this is really, really inappropriate. Okay, if I was a girl who's trying to hook up, obviously only looking for hookups, then yeah, okay, obviously if a girl's looking for hookups, I guess a person could go for this. But if you're looking for, like, a relationship, or you're looking for someone to marry someday, like myself, because I'm 24, I'm not getting any younger, this is so wrong. Like, this is one of the most horrible things that anyone has ever said to me. It's like, look at this. There's not even a greeting. It's just this. Let me take you, like, da-da-da. That's all it says. It doesn't even say, hey. It doesn't say, what's up. He literally just went straight to the point, and I'm just kind of like, okay, no. Like, no. It's like, okay, it's like, don't be disgusting. And the thing is, on my bio, it specifically says, no hookups. Leave me alone. And then this guy still messages me that. It's like, dude, have some respect. Okay, I'm not the girl for you, obviously. And then there's another one. Conversation starts okay. Says, and I say hello first. He says, oh, hey, you're really pretty. I think, he says you're cute, and I said, thanks. He says, you're welcome. And then he says, what are you up to? And I said, I'm just doing homework. And he says, what area is a part of SAC do you live in? Because I used to live in Sacramento at this time. And I said, oh, I live by the university, because there's, like, these college apartments there. And then he says, nice. So can I come over? We barely talked for, like, 5 minutes, and you're already asking me to come, you're already asking permission to come over to my apartment and sleep with me? Yeah. No. No. It's like, stop being a creep. It's like, again, in my bio, I say, no hookups, leave me alone. I'm looking for something that could possibly be serious. And literally, can I come over? Wow. At least the other guy kind of just went straight to the point. This guy just kind of like was like, oh yeah, da da da. Okay, yeah. So yeah. Anyways, like, enough about this chit chat. Yeah, let's just sleep together. That's what this guy's pretty much doing. I give the other guy props for actually just getting straight to the point. But anyways, these are 2 examples of online dating that you are going to experience. Guys, you're going to experience something like this too. Girls, brace yourselves. Literally, brace yourselves. But anyways, that's kind of like a couple examples of what I see on a day-to-day basis of online dating. Oh, and by the way, you guys, just kind of a quick point to point out before I start my story. I'm not looking to date on YouTube. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I've been getting a lot of messages from people asking me out on my channel, like telling me that, oh, we should meet up or something. Yeah, no, I'm not building up my YouTube career to date people. I don't know if that makes any sense. I mean, again, I'm keen to online dating because I do it, but don't, like, message me on my YouTube channel, message me or comment on my channel on any video asking me out. I'm not into that. Like, that's kind of weird. This is strictly a channel for me to be myself. I get that if, you think I'm pretty, I'll be flattered and everything, but, like, don't actually ask me out, because I've been getting a lot of messages of guys, like, asking me out, saying kind of weird things and gross things, kind of similar to this. Yeah, no thank you. So just so you guys know, this is strictly professional. I'm not here to date online YouTube, if that makes any sense. Eventually I'm probably going to have a boyfriend, hopefully one day, a husband, and who will eventually be joining my channel, but in the meantime, it's just me. And it's just my best friend and some friends who will be joining in on my channel to help me make my challenge videos and stuff like that. But until then, thanks. But anyways, so I'm going to try and make this story short and straight to the point as possible. So I was doing one of these online dating sites, one of them like I had just showed you. So I get a message one day. Let's see, this was when I was 19. So this was about 4 to 5 years ago, and I had just started the online dating. Right when I turned 19, around 19, I had just started online dating, and this was like actually the first year, I believe, that I was trying to go out there and meet people. And I hadn't met anyone as of yet. I think when this was happening, I think I was just trying to talk to people, meet new guys, girls, stuff like that. And so I get a message one day on my OkCupid account. Yeah, go try OkCupid. It actually does work for some people. But don't try to find me on OkCupid, by the way. Please don't. But anyways, So this guy messages me, and it's a long freaking paragraph, like this long, you guys, like this long, like it's a whole bio pretty much. And he messages me and he says, hey, my name's, no one knows him, I'm just gonna say his actual name. His name was Richard, I think, or something like that, and again, I don't know his last name or anything about him, so I'll just say his real name. So Richard, this guy named Richard, messages me on my OkCupid account, and he says, hey, like, you're so beautiful, you look so amazing to me, I want to get to know you better. And I was like, okay, that sounded okay, and then it got weirder. So then this guy starts to say, I've seen you before, like, I've looked at you before, you come into my work all the time, and I have admired you from afar. And he said something like, you know, I've been wanting to go up and talk to you, but I'm so nervous. You know, like, I've always admired you every time you come into my work. You're so beautiful in person. And now I found you on this site. It's obviously meant to be. You know, give me a chance, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what the hell? And I was just kind of like, first of all, weird, you know, don't, you know, like, okay, that sounds really weird. No offense, but if you see a girl who walks into your work and you casually find her on an online dating site, don't make it sound weird, you know, like he did. You know, he made it sound totally creepy, weirdos zone. You know, just if you're to see a person in that online site and you've seen them around in public, just be like, hey, like, I've seen you around, you know, da 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 da. But he was just kind of like taking it to the extent, like, oh, like, you should give me a chance, like, I've admired you from afar, like, you look amazing. And I'm just kind of like, okay, dude, calm down. It's just an online dating site, no big deal. You know, we're just here to meet new people. And then I ignored it. I did not respond because I felt so violated and so creeped out, because obviously this guy looks at me every time I go into his work, and I didn't even know what he was talking about. I didn't even think at the time, like, where do I go all the time? Because I was such a homebody at the time, and I was just kind of like, okay, this is weird. This is creepy. Is he stalking me? Weird. So he messages me that same thing for weeks, you guys, for weeks. So every time it's different. He'd be like, I saw you again today, or something like that at his work. I was too nervous. Please respond. I know we're meant to be, or something like that. He had done it 10 times, you guys. At least 10 times within like a few weeks. Like within a month, he had messaged that 10 times. He was not leaving me alone. It was so bad. And I felt so creeped out, and I'm like, oh my God. So every time I went somewhere, I was like looking everywhere. I'm like, where is this guy? Like, I don't see him. He's obviously a stalker. And I was like, I'm so creeped out. I didn't want to tell my mom because my mom didn't know I was online dating, and she hates online dating. Well, at the time she did. And I didn't want to tell her that this guy was being creepy, because then I was going to get in trouble and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to handle this on my own. I told my friends about it. They were creeped out. They're like, oh my God, you need to watch your surroundings. You can't walk anywhere alone. Like, you need to be super, super careful. And I agree. Be always careful. Never walk anywhere by yourself, especially at night. So then, one day, weeks later, I went to Barnes & Noble with my mom. Barnes & Noble, I'm a bookworm. I'm a nerd. Just FYI. So me and my mom go to Barnes & Noble. We used to go to Barnes & Noble every single Friday. And that was our thing. We would go for 3 hours. She would do her bills. I would read a book every Friday. And like a whole book. I would read a whole book the day that we went. And we would get our coffee, our mocha, and then we'd always chill and relax. I love, love, love Barnes & Noble. We don't go as much anymore because I'm busy and she's busy. I work all the time. But we still kind of do that at least once a month, where we just go to Code, chill, you know, read a book, do our bills. But at the time, we were going every single Friday. Every single Friday, you would find me and my mom there. No joke. We always went every single Friday. And if we couldn't go a Friday, we would go on a Saturday, the next day. So one day we went in on one of our Fridays, walked in there, everything was normal. My mom looked at me, because where we are, Barnes & Noble, the coffee was right there when you walk to the front door. So my mom said to me, okay, I'm gonna get the mochas, you find a seat at a table. And I was like, okay, that's totally fine, like, I'll go find a table. And she goes, sorry, I thought I saw a car. So right when she's turning to go into the line of Starbucks in Barnes & Noble, I'm like walking a little bit further, and I happened to turn back to look at my mom, and what do I see? The guy from the online dating site. There! He is there. Like, he was the bartista at the Starbucks in Barnes & Noble. I kid you not. And right when I turn, he is staring at me. Like, full on staring at me, you guys. Just kind of like that's kind of staring. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, that's where he's seen me. Because he's a bartista. I go in Barnes & Noble every Friday, so that's what he meant when he said, oh, I see you at my work all the time. It had finally clicked in my head. It had finally clicked that this is the place where he saw me at every week. And I was like, oh my God. And he was just full on staring at me, watching my every move, you guys. When I got onto the escalator, he was still watching me. Like, the escalator, it was not even close to the Starbucks. He was just still watching me. Even as I went up the escalator, his eyes like traveled as I went up. Like, it's like, oh my God, that's creepy. So I was, guys, it was so bad. I was so scared to even go back down there. And I didn't I usually like to walk around, and I didn't that day because I was so freaked out. I was scared. I was shaking because this guy was creepy. And so the whole day so then the night ended, me and my mom left. We were leaving, and he was still at the Starbucks in the Barnes & Noble. We're walking out the door. I turned my head to see, and yep, still staring, still staring, still staring, still staring as I walk out the door. Literally until my foot is out the door, he is staring at me. And I'm like, oh my God. And what do you know? The next day, he sends me a message online again saying that he saw me. So at this point, I was completely creeped out. Completely creeped out. So this happened every week. This happened for 2 to 3 weeks straight. I'd go into Barnes & Noble every single Friday with my mom. He would be there. He would stare at me. And then the last time that I was there, he was so beyond creepy, you guys. I was ready to call the police because I had gone downstairs because I finally felt comfortable because I figured, okay, he's going to be at his stage, whatever, his shift. And I was walking around looking at the books. And then all of a sudden, I turn around. He's right there. Like, right there. Like, 1 foot away, you guys. Like, 1 foot. And I was like, and I literally almost screamed. And I just booked it. I like ran back up the escalator, and I stayed with my mom the rest of the day because he was so creepy. And then he went up the escalator. He went up the escalator to follow me, and then he was like trying, like he kept looking at me, and then he noticed that I was with my mom, so he would never approach me. But he kept looking like around, like, you know, he was like walking around being stupid, like trying to play like, oh yeah, like I don't care if you're sitting there kind of thing, like I'm just looking at a book. And I'm like, no. You're there to look at me, which is weird. So by that time, I was totally creeped out. I was so uncomfortable with it. And I happened to go to Barnes & Noble the next day without my mom, with a friend of mine. And I went to go turn him into his manager because I felt so violated and I felt so creeped out. Because this guy was literally stalking me, and he was still sending me messages online saying that he watched me and stuff like that, and blah blah blah, saying that we're meant to be. This point, it's plain creepy mode. And like, we're to the point where you should be calling the police, but I didn't because, again, my mom didn't know about me online dating. So the only thing I could think the best thing was to do was tell the manager of the store. So I asked to see a manager, and it was a guy, and I said, okay, look, this is the thing. I was just like, your employee who works at the Starbucks place is really creeping me out. I was just like, he found me on an online dating site. He hasn't left me alone. And I'm like, he is literally invading my privacy. I told the manager, like, you need to do something about this. You need to talk to him, or I'm gonna be obligated to go to the police if he keeps doing it. And I'm like, because he has been following me around the store every time I come in. He won't stop staring at me. He won't stop sending messages. I have the messages to prove it, which I did at the time. And I was telling the manager, you have to do something about him. You need to give him a warning. And the manager actually said, this is not the first time he's done it. He has followed girls constantly around Barnes & Noble in that store. He has constantly followed them and everything, like employees. Like, the manager told me that he would give the employees gifts, like the girls, like gifts, like random gifts to them, to one girl or something like that. I can't even remember what he said. And I guess like they had kept giving him warnings because the girls had kept complaining about it because he was being creepy and he was texting them outside of work for no reason. So because I was a customer and I was not in the employee like part of it, they finally realized that, okay, he kind of has a problem. So he said that he was going to take care of it. I went back. So then I left. I went back the next week with my mom. When my mom was upstairs, I went downstairs to see the manager and I was like, hey, did you take care of the situation I talked to you about? And he said yes, that they fired him because they said that they had given him several warnings before my situation and he did not. Obviously, he had stopped trying to like follow around the employees because that was his job. But now it was me because I was a customer. It's like, yeah, he met me outside of the work, but it was still affecting me and the work because, and Barnes & Noble, because he was now kind of mixing it in with his own job and his own duties, where it was kind of taking away, you know, all the things like, you know, well, you know what I point. The point is that he was doing something completely wrong, and he had been given several warnings before with the employees, and even though he had stopped for a little while, it had now come to me, a customer who was now in the store. I wasn't even an employee, I was an actual customer, which is actually, I think, is worse, because, you know, he didn't even know me, you know. And so anyways, they fired him. The manager said that he let him go, that he completely betrayed, like, the trust of the manager, saying, like, you know, I give you several warnings, you didn't listen, now a customer has complained to me about you, it's gotten out of hand, I'm gonna have to let you go. That's pretty much what happened. I don't know what happened to that guy Richard after that. I really don't know, and I really don't care. He actually stopped messaging me. I blocked it anyway, just to make sure, but he actually had stopped messaging me anyways. He no longer messaged me about anything anymore. I've been on that same site since then, on and off, and I haven't seen him on there again. So I'm assuming maybe he found someone, maybe he's like in a cabin in the woods preying on someone else. I'm not sure. I really don't know. But my point is this: be safe online dating. Please be safe. You never know who you're gonna meet. I met a creepy guy who stalked me for months, because he obviously was watching me for months. And that's like really creepy and I felt very violated, you know, and I'm 19. This guy was 33. Okay, a 33-year-old should not be looking at a 19-year-old fresh out of high school. Sorry, I know age doesn't matter, and it shouldn't, but when it comes to a 33-year-old looking at a 19-year-old, weird. Weird! You know, it's like, find someone your own age. That's just the way I look at it. But anyways, that is my story. What do you guys think? Was this guy creepy? Was I right into turning him to the manager? Was I wrong? Did I take things too far? Should I even have gone to the police? Like, what do you guys think? That is it for me, though. That was just my little kind of story time, kind of be safe of online dating. I am still online dating. I'm not saying that I'm obsessed with it. I'm not really on it all the time. I have my own life. I work. I go to school. I have my own things to do. But I am hoping to find someone someday. You know, I am definitely on the looks for it. I will definitely keep an eye out. Again, don't comment saying that you like me on here or that you want to take me out on a date. That's really weird. Sorry, that's kind of creepy to me. Just because you see my video and just because you think you know me, it's like, yeah, no, you don't really know me. I'm going to try to do my best for you guys to get to know the best of me and everything about me, but don't try to like ask me out on my channel. That's kind of like, you know, unprofessional for me. You know, I have to keep it at a professional level. But anyways, you guys, don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, share, do all that good stuff. Hope you guys enjoy my intro, all the new editing that I've done. Yeah, that's it for me. I will be posting in a few days. I told you I was going to be posting about twice a week. So, hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys!